Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. My name is Hallam and this is a discussion video. This is number 2 of my discussion videos, and this one is about the interface of the MMORPG, the Elder Scrolls Online. Now, since we've heard little or nothing about the interface, this is going to be a rumour slash what if slash my personal opinions on what the interface could be. I've got some pictures, some off Google, some that I've drawn, just to give you some ideas about what it possibly could be like, taking ideas from various other MMORPGs that are on the market at the moment, and just having a bit of fun with them, cropping them and making them a bit funnier, yeah, just having a good time and seeing what the interface could be like if that was how it was going to be in the real game. So like I say, it's more of just a discussion slash rumour slash my opinion sort of video, but nevertheless we can still have some good discussion points. And yeah, if you have any comments or whatever, please comment and leave it in the comment section below. If you enjoy these videos or want more, please subscribe to the channel. So like I say, the first video is a picture from Skyrim, I believe, and on the top layer are some World of Warcraft stuff. So at the top we have the minimap, which is a World of Warcraft minimap, I believe it is anyway. The top left is sort of like a health bar sort of thing. Now this can be off World of Warcraft, but it's also similar to Adventure Quest, which is pretty awesome. And down the bottom we have some ability bars, or an action bar across the bottom. So that's basically, that is basically like a World of Warcraft sort of mostly, like, yeah, that's like I said, like a World of Warcraft oriented sort of picture. And up here we have a person with a exclamation mark above the head, which is used in World of Warcraft for quests and in pieces of information. So again, that's going to be quite fun to discuss. So first I'm going to discuss is the minimap up here. So the minimap, all MMORPGs have some sort of minimap. Now, as you can see, it's circular, and obviously there's like it shows like the name of the area, so up here, and it's got zoom in functions and different buttons like along here and along there. So there are some bits of information. Now I think that the the Elder Scrolls Online will have some kind of map. It may not be like that. Obviously, it can be square or it can be much bigger than that. But I think that's probably the size it's going to be. And obviously, it'll like rotate and tell you the names. But some maps, are more detailed than others, as you can see here. Obviously, we can see, like bits of like trees and paths and around here and stuff. But some minimaps on games are, quite not detailed. They just like, say for example, if you were on desert, it may just be, like yellow around here to show you sand. Or if you were in maybe like lava area, it would be just red along here. There's not really much detail in some of them. Well, as you can see, in the World of Warcraft one, and I would have thought in the Elder Scrolls Online one, it's going to be proper detail. And obviously, you can see trees, mountains, and rivers. It just gives like a basic overview of what the map is going to be and where you're at. So obviously, that's one key part. And obviously, these minimaps can offer some sort of, like a compass. It can be, like north, east, south, and west. Obviously, that can just not going to be as big as that and in the way, but obviously, it could offer some sort of compass and make it easier for you. So yeah, that's basically like a minimap that I want to discuss there. Just telling you about. I think it'll have a minimap, but I think it'll definitely be that sort of size, that sort of detail. Maybe I don't think it might have like these buttons all over the place. It may have some sort of button like zoom in, zoom out, or like a button to access like the world map, say here or something. But from what we've seen in MMORPGs that are out now, there's usually a map base. It is usually in this corner here, in this right upper corner. There's so many maps in this corner up here, but most of them are definitely in the right upper hand corner, so I'm pretty sure we'll see that. Now the next part is this bit up here. Now this is known as a play tab, or as a player interface, or like a personal area. So first you have a picture of the person icon, and I'm guessing a level. Then we have obviously some health bar, mana potion, mana bar, XP, and then information here as well. So that is probably, I don't know, it may be on that game, but most of them MMOs are now trying to go away from this sort of interface and moving away from it, and just having the health bar say above your head or something like that. So that'd be like his health bar for most of them. Most of them are doing that now. So this kind of area probably won't be in Elder Scrolls Online, but if it is, it'd be pretty awesome. Obviously, it gives you a clear look at what what your ability bar is, or how much health you got, or how much XP you got, and just gives you a nice clear interface that you can also obviously you can see it at the time. You can always see it, and it's easier than searching. Maybe if it's in your skills tab or something, it's easier. Or if you've got a special tab like a health or whatever, it's easier and better than looking at that, just because it's clear, it's always there. And most of them, or ones that games that have this sort of tab or interface or place, is usually type it on the top left corner or down here. So if it's I don't think it'll be up here, but it may very well be down here on Elder Scrolls Online. If they do it, it may well be here. Now for me, that wouldn't mind. I think that'd be quite useful. Or something like this sort of, maybe not exactly the same. Maybe not have this bit on. Or maybe just have a picture, then a health bar, mana bar, XP bar. Just something to give you a visual image of what you currently are, your stats are. So that's one thing that's pretty awesome. But WoW and all them type of games, games that have it, I think it's the good choice and a right choice to do. Now the next part is this. This is a World of Warcraft thing, and I haven't seen it in many or any other games. To be honest with you, it's more like an exclusive thing for them. So to have that, I don't think that would happen. Maybe something to that effect, but I don't think it'll be a exclamation mark itself. And now finally we go down to a bit of fun here at the bottom, action bar. And this obviously just like the old WoW action bar / interface, so a bit of fun here. But yeah, definitely obviously most MMORPGs now have some sort of ability bar and abilities. The most recent one I think is RuneScape. RuneScape was running from 2001 till 2012 with no action bar, nothing like that at all. So I think obviously it's gained one now and it's stepped up. All the big games out there have action bar, so whereas it maybe not as cluttered and messy as all of this, because there's just there's no other tab, there's no equipment tab, say equipment tab, spells tab, friends list, there's nothing really above there. It's all just plonked in one area, one action bar. And obviously that's an older version, so obviously it's more tidied up now, but it still looks pretty messy and just thrown there in your face. So if they want to have a good game, I doubt it will be that messy. So yeah, for the first image, I think that some parts that would be in the Elder Scrolls would be the map, possibly this, and some sort of action bar, but not that messy. So that's it for the first image I've got. I'm gonna switch over now to the second one, and we'll talk about that. Alright guys, so moving on, this is another image that I just picked up. Obviously I've just got some images from Google and mashed them up a bit, but just to make some possible interface sort of areas. So obviously this, if you play, you'll know this is from RuneScape, and so is this. What basically is a chat bar and a interface. So this is where all your things happen. So here, obviously, for example, here you've got your attack style, you got your skills, your inventory, armor, I don't know, friends list, for example, settings, Yeah, it's all in one neat little tab in area. Now, also we have a chat bar, which is this big thing here. This is the chat bar. Now, obviously, I've just made it stretched out a bit, but would the Elder Scrolls Online have a chat bar that, for example, would be like that long, and then like for example, maybe you have like a health bar up here, or would the chat bar be, for example, just be like that, and then you'd have like your health bar and stuff down there, and then you'd have, for example, you'd have like this style thing, or you'd have like these icons, but you would have them, say, along the bottom here without this big sort of like rectangle area. So they're obviously all possible ideas, but obviously I've got this one, and obviously would this be a map? Obviously there's no actual map on the image, so I just made one, but a chat bar is obviously something that's going to be really important. Obviously in most games you have like a physical chat bar, but for example in like WoW, there's no physical chat bar. It's just like the text just appears like up here with like a transparent background, and there's no actual like bar or area for your actual like chat to come into. And that's primarily because World of Warcraft has like a voice chat, where something like RuneScape doesn't. So in RuneScape there has to be a physical chat bar. But I think that having voice chat and a physical chat bar is a major plus, because obviously people say, oh well, voice chat wouldn't work in RuneScape, or it wouldn't work in this game. Why not? If you can toggle it off, or toggle it between public and your friends, of course it would work. So there has to be something that allows you to easily chat via voice or via text. Via text will be done by a chat bar. I think WoW is pretty crap with chat bars, because it's just not very good. You need something physical to be there. And obviously, I'm not saying it's gonna be like this design, because this is a bit shit design like. But it needs something physical there. And obviously, this area here, this ties up. This makes everything neat. If you click on each of these tabs, for example, if you click on the inventory, it will appear in this area here. It doesn't appear on the big screen. It doesn't appear here anywhere. It doesn't appear off the game screen. It's all in one area, so there's no like having to look like down the side for tabs or down the bottom for tabs. It all appears in one area, and that makes it really neat and very nice to play with. Otherwise, so I mean, like I say, having it in one area makes it so much neater and tidy. And I don't know, that approach works well for simple games and players who like are newer to the genre. But I think having like an action bar down here, for example, have like an action bar here, or above the chat bar like RuneScape does now, and then have this sort of area here, that would make it much more accessible and playable. I think it doesn't look too messy or horrible. But again, that's mainly for smaller games. So hopefully there'll be like some sort of like physical chat bar, and there'll be some sort of like area where like there's more than just like one tab. For instance, so like some games have like tabs like down here. That'll be spells, magic. That'll be abilities. That'll be equipment, and they would just like pop up on the screen in like a random area. But having like an area of the game that's for all your tabs, it makes it much easier to play. So that's hopefully this game will have that sort of just area to play with, making it much more simpler. Again, obviously we don't know yet, it's just my opinion, but from what I've played with, having this sort of like having like a RuneScape sort of interface, they're going to make it look neater and easier to play. So that's the second pitch I'm going to talk about, and now I'll move on to the third one. Alright, so this is the third pitch. Now this is obviously a screenshot of Skyrim with some bits and bobs I've put in. So like I say, obviously it's an Elder Scrolls game, so it's probably going to incorporate some sort of features from, say, Skyrim. So this sort of like map, would that be like the mini map, or would it be like a proper map, say in the corner somewhere, say up here? Now obviously this area here that would be like playing on Skyrim for quite a while now, is good. It is useful and handy, but it also doesn't show any of the world. You have to go into like the main map to see where you are. But, but beside that, I don't think it really mattered, because this area here, this bit here, it really helped, and it makes the game much more enjoyable and easier. And obviously, it shows enemies, it's got southwest and all that sort of stuff, so it acts as a compass basically, more than a map. But I think if they did obviously with the Elder Scrolls Online, they're going to have some sort of map to use, because obviously it's going to be bigger. Obviously they're going to incorporate areas from games 3, 4, and 5, I think it is. So obviously they're going to have some sort of map, even if it's just like like a small map like that maybe, or say that basically. That would be better, more helpful to players. And obviously, enemies' health bar. Obviously, this is a Skyrim, so obviously it's there. But would it be, say, for example, here? So, for example, you would say, I don't know, for like health, you would have it, like a red bar here, and then say if they're XP or mana, you'd have, like a blue bar, or for XP, you would have like a yellow bar. And obviously it would go down as you kill them. That's how most MMORPGs are. But I think if they're going to keep some, points of Skyrim, would they keep it? Would they keep it to say being here at the top of the screen? Because that's obviously what we're used to now. Again, probably is not if it's an MMORPG, because they have to include things that like people know and in what like they're used to. So having that may not be the case. And again, down here, obviously we have like a mana, stamina, and HP bar. Obviously magic, HP, stamina. But would that be the case in the MMORPG? Most MMORPGs would have it like, say, stamina, magic, health. That's more like the Oblivion sort of outlay, when it was over here. But to have it say like that is probably how it's going to be, simply because most MMORPGs are like that. Obviously up here you have some coins that I got from like a WoW screenshot. It would be quite handy to have coins shown on the screen, makes it much easier for players to see. But I think that's mainly like a WoW sort of exclusive, and I think it'll either be in in like the inventory or in like a menu. It can appear. Just got some abilities in like a player interface. That interface will probably be down like the bottom here, and the abilities will obviously say like maybe be like here. Or if this is the case and it's kept like that, the abilities or the action bar. Oh, sorry about that. The abilities and the action bar may be down here. That wouldn't be too bad, I think. I think that'll be actually pretty cool. But then again, it's not what we're used to, so if they would go there, fair enough. But I don't think it's something that I would do if I was making the game. So yeah, that's the third picture. Like I say, it's just my opinion and just my experience of other games if they would do that. So yeah, that's the third picture of it. Right, so this is a picture that I've just made on Paint, and it is an idea for a type of interface. So as you can see, I have a tab for an inventory, tab for spells, equipment, abilities, quest log, and task manager. Obviously they could be really different. It's just obviously just a picture that I've made, so I've just obviously picked them off the top of my head and put them in. A character picture down the bottom, HP, MP, and XP bar, a physical chat bar, a physical map in the corner, and a first/person toggle. Now, because it's an online game, that probably not the case. But the Elder Scrolls on console can toggle between first and third person. Now, if it was going to be put into the online game, that would be the first ever one to do it. It probably won't be, but I put it there because it would be pretty cool if they did, and it let you choose your own game style. That would make it much more easy. Well, not easy, but like nice for people who like to play in first person. For example, when I'm on Skyrim, I fight in first person, but I travel in third. Simply because traveling in third person, it gives me more of like a view behind me. So if anything's behind me or coming to the side of me, I can see. And also, it just allows me to see my person, and it just looks nice. I suppose in third person. Then for fighting, again, first person, get up close and personal, and see them critical strikes, unless obviously it's a kill cam. But anyway, so like I was saying, obviously you have different tabs here that say if you clicked on it, it would like say like open it, inventory, be here. Obviously you would have like your items here, obviously, and then you would like take them and like use them or equip them. For example, equipment, it would bring up a screen here that would say that'd be your person, and it would show you what you were wearing, and it would also like allow you to equip them. Give them to me, like, there we go. That's our person. That's Bob. So yeah, that hopefully I wouldn't mind playing on a game like that, but obviously with this thing, there's no real like place for like an ability bar, unless it was like say here. Then that would be an alright place for like an ability bar. But again, it just looks a bit too. I don't know. It doesn't look like a full MMO like interface. It just looks like a single player sort of like olden day MMORPG or just a game interface. Probably not what it would be like, unfortunately. But that's what I would do, or similar to that. Obviously, the third/person toggle is an option in the games, but if it's in the MMORPG, that'll be the first ever one. But from what we've seen in gameplay trailers and stuff like that, I doubt it'll be in because I just don't think they'll put it in. I think it'd be too hard, or just not possible to put it in like an online game. But if it is in, it's cool. If it's not, then it's not. Alright guys, so the next picture is a thing I just drawn over about enemy HP/XP bars. Now most MMORPGs have the XP or health bar, or even either just health or just XP bar, above or somewhere near the character. Now, yeah, they are cartoony drawings, but it could be made to look in HD and proper and awesome. So just like take away the fact that it's cartoony and just like seeing the actual interface itself. Now obviously I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sort of interfaces up here that I've chosen from. The first one is obviously like a square area. It shows you like that in a square. The second one is a HP bar with no numbers, an XP bar with no background. Third one is a HP bar with numbers with an XP bar with no background again. Third one is a HP bar and XP bar with no numbers at all. And the last one is a interface, well like bar basically with no actual bar, no XP counter, and just the health of the character. Now if I was making a game, I would probably go with either this one, because it looks clean and tidy, but it's probably not going to be because it probably might be too confusing, or this one, simply because it looks easier and yeah, it's easy to understand. So with this one it says the health and XP bar. Yes, that's obviously similar. Like this one's obviously similar to that one. This one's obviously similar to that one, but it looks a bit too square, and I doubt like that would be there if they were making like the game. So I just want to think about. Obviously, they do look different, and they do all of them look as if they could be used in the game. Personally, like I say, I would either use that one or that one, simply because they look the best. But for like like Elder Scrolls game, usually when you're playing, the health bar. Say if you're playing here, that's your health bar, mana, and stamina. The enemy health bar will be up here. So in the MMORPG, if you engage in combat, will it appear at the top of the screen or somewhere around the character? See, that's our character there. Will it appear somewhere around the character, either above the head or next to them, or maybe underneath them at all? Probably not underneath them, but somewhere near them. I would have thought so, because they're not going to change like too much from the game. But I think that they would definitely do something like this. simply because that's what most MMORPGs have to do now. And again, they are cartoony drawings, but they could be made to look proper HD and proper awesome. Now, that's basically what I want to talk about for health bars. If you have any comments or whatever about what health bars you would like to see or what your interpretation would be, please comment in the section below. This part is going to be a shorter sort of image. Would there be hit splats? Now, most MMORPGs have hit splats that show you damage that you've done, because if you're watching a health bar, then you may not understand how much you've dealt, or if you're not looking at a health bar, you're focusing on the character that you're killing, you may die or miss like a health attack or whatever, something that like you may hurt or like just stop you battling. So a health splat is something that put in games that make it easier for you to see what damage. So the first one is kind of like a splodge, if you like. Just you attack an enemy and it appears on them or near them, telling you how much damage they've done in like a paint splodge. The next one is like a firework, or just like spray some like hit points at you or from the character, showing you how much damage you've done. The next one is a type of health splat that appears above the character, that is coloured in the background and has like a sort of like an amount. The next one is a transparent one with an outline, just so you know where the health splat is. And this one, the end one here, is just a transparent one at all. This one may be difficult because if you're in like a PvP area or like you're people's fighting each other, then you may get confused. So I doubt they'll use that one. If indeed like they do use hit splats, because hit splats are more cartoonish things. So like with like say RS and WoW, they're more cartoony games. So I'm not sure if there would be hit splats, but if they do them, my guess would either be on this fella or on this fella. Simply because these hit splats are easy to see when you're fighting. I think it would just add to the game and just give it a much more better visual aspect. So you get like not much on there like, on the information itself, but what would you think that it would be if you were doing it, or what would you expect to see from the games you played? Again, see in the comments. So the final topic is inventory ideas. Now these are just 3 that I got off the top of my head. It's not really that I want them to be like this, it's just 3 different approaches that I thought I could do for this video, just to get my point across. So the first one is basically, like a inventory that you can see different squares, and so it's easy to see how much more space you have in your inventory left, and obviously makes it easier, to like arrange stuff. So you have like tools, potions, food, and yeah, it just look messy there because it's just obviously like a drawing and paint. But obviously, it could be made to look nice if the different squares are done decent enough. But yeah, that's the first idea. The second idea is a one kind of like RuneScape, where there's nothing to show you like what, so for example, that space is that, but there's nothing that shows you that it is that space. So you could be just like putting stuff there that you can't really see. So this one is more, like a transparent background that it makes it look tidier, but it doesn't really give much detail. The third one is my favorite one, I suppose. This one would be in like, obviously I'll just put these lines here. They could be in there or they could go, but these shows you pictures and also shows you information about the item itself. So that gives you, gives you like an easier view of what you see if you're in battle, and you had to take a potion, but you had 3 potions and only 1 worked. Using this type of inventory, you could see what the name of the potion was and what it did, so it would help you. Now, I would love to see this type of inventory in the Elder Scrolls Online, but again, these are just from what I've seen in previous. And obviously, if there's anything, if they're going to be using the same sort of thing as Skyrim or something, where it's like a menu there weapons, armors, and it comes out like that. Obviously, that would be pretty awesome because it's similar to Skyrim, and it would be pretty. It looks pretty like all the way through game. But I think if like an online game, you need something along the lines of these ideas. Again, like I said, just ideas. Obviously, we'll know more as and when the actual game details are released. But for now, I would say these probably is 3 of the most possible and maybe what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. These 3 inventories are more realistic than others, simply because these are what are in most games, and it's what people expect to find if they play MMORPGs. It just makes finding items and having items much more easier. So yeah, that's basically what I want to talk to you about today. Sorry it wasn't the greatest quality. I'm in a bit of a rush today, unfortunately, but I wanted to get like a video out to you guys. So obviously the quality of the next one will be improved greatly. But yeah, hopefully we can get some more high quality discussions out in the future. But for now, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to talk to you about, and I'll see you later for a new video soon. Goodbye. Alright guys, so thank you for watching this discussion video of me, Hallam. If you click on the link on the screen now, on the picture, you'll be taken to the first discussion video if you missed it. And I'll see you next time for a new video. Do 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 do. Click the picture. Click the picture. Do 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 do. Click the picture. Click the picture. Do 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 do. Click the picture. Click the picture.